It's also nice for me to take a little bit of a break from a game I'm running.
Yeah.
A game that's so broken, all you have to do is open your menu. And things happen. At least this isn't that broken. That's all I gotta say. At least this is...
This game is broken, but not that badly.
Yeah.
So are we promoting the RPG Limit Break Marathon?
Oh, definitely.
This?
Yep. My bot should be promoting that like once an hour or so. But the bot kind of went offline for a while.
Looks like it's back now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So do you want to mention RPG Limit Break since we've got some cutscenes and well, I guess Fathla's about to do Ifrit and Shiva, but the rest are all in cutscenes.
Who? I'll go ahead and talk about RPG Limit Break coming up May 12th through 16th. There are like 30-something games being run that are all RPGs or sort of RPGs.
And one that Brosench is running that is questionably a game.
Yeah, it's at least role playing, and it's sort of a game. Anyways, it's going to be spanning 5 days for the benefit of Nami, depending on which area of the country you're in. Actually, yeah, they said that. Several of us are going to be on site at Essentia's house, but it's going to be online. I believe we'll have a French and a German restream. Is that right?
Correct.
Great. So be sure to stay tuned. Don't close this until like May 16th. Just leave the stream open until then, the channel open. And then it's going to be tons of fun. And the big 4-person FF4 race is going to be super hype. Oh, holy cow.
It will be, yes.
Just getting updates on how Voligen is having to set that up and how he's like, the technical limitations.
Yeah, because it's going to be 3 of the same people that raced FF4 for this relay today, only we're all going to be in one room doing it instead of at our own homes, which will make it extra hype. The Roth is going to be an extra special guest coming all the way from Australia to destroy FF4 for charity.
Also, it's going to be the week that Voligen doesn't sleep again.
Or pretty much any of us, for that matter.
Well, you got a point. Okay, so LCC just put the boss to sleep.
Yep, activated sleep mode.
Yeah. There aren't very many bosses in games that you can do that to, but this guy, he's just tired. He doesn't look like it. He sleeps standing, but yeah, he's out.
Sleeps with his eyes open? I can't tell. Does he have eyes?
Well, this always makes me think about I forget her name, but the maid robot from Mel Brooks's Spaceballs with sleep mode.
And I got the Drainer.
That's another Black Belt versus Phoenix Down too, because they want to steal the Rune Edge from number 24 to sell for money later, but there's a 1 out of 8 chance of getting a Drainer. It's known as a Blood Sword.
If he makes it feel any better, I also got it.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's the Night of the Rune Edge.
Yeah, and in FF6, unique equipment that you can't buy anywhere sells for 1 gil. So and that includes the drainer.
I guess no one wants rare stuff.
Apparently
That's
not. Everyone's like,
Got
oh.
this really rare sword, only one of its kind. They're like, oh, I'll give you 1 GP for it.
Yeah.
I like the thing that shows up and wakes the boss up, though. It's like, hey.
The little cow or whatever it is that just
Yeah,
appears out of
what
nowhere.
is it? Oh, a tapir or whatever. Taper.
Tapir.
Yeah. It's pretty cute. So, yeah.
I'm sure it'll come in handy before Dualahan or something, right?
Or when you save Shadow, you can throw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bix going into the sealed gate cave now, and they're only bringing Terra and Locke because they're using this as an opportunity to gain a few levels for Terra, just to make the rest of the world of balance kind of safer and more consistent, especially the Imperial Air Force battles. So the way undead enemies work in this game is that using like either a Phoenix Down or a Revivify on them will kill them with 100% success. And doing that and then having Locke, who's very good at running away, do so before between when you kill the last enemy and when the battle is marked as won, you can give Terra all the experience. And then she also has the Baduin Esper equipped, which raises her magic stat for every level. So this is a fairly minor kind of time sink to do relative to how much more reliably you can actually finish the run.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, Wells, I appreciate your effort to help out and get me a tapir. It's very nice of you.
Can't see how Ifrit and Shiva goes for Megas.
Okay, and Locke is really afraid of undead things dying, so he runs away in the battles down there. Also to give Terra experience, yeah.
He's being chivalrous, giving her all the experience. Either that or he's a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's being a lot more chivalrous than Bartz did during the Titan fight. Yeah, Fatflow and LCC are still pretty close. And we'll probably, and unless one of them gets trolled by the cranes or fails the slots, they'll continue to stay that way just because we've got cutscenes after this. Yeah, they're going for level 20, I believe, in this route for Terra, because that gives her the necessary amount of HP and damage output for the rest of the world to balance. And then a cue that they use for telling when they're almost to that is that Terra learns the life spell at level 18. How many fights it takes, and if you're not doing the seed manipulation, can kind of vary depending on what kind of enemies you get. Because I believe Ings are worth more money and less experience, and then Zombones are the opposite.
I thought Zombones were less experience.
I thought so too.
I'd have to, yeah, it's been long enough since I did routing that I'd have to look it up again. I just know for my Japanese route I have to get at least one Zombone to have it be optimal.
Yeah, Zombones get more experience, less money, but only 2 of them, so it's like you're not getting as much because there's only 2 enemies, kind of thing.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So it's,
Random.
yeah, it's basically the double Ing, one Zombone is kind of the best possible battle.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like Bick is going to have to do a little bit of grinding in order to get that up.
I mean,
he didn't quite get all the
It usually
balance.
works out pretty well. I mean, if you have to stop and grind, it's usually just one extra fight to force before you go into the gate.
I got the Tempest.
Okay.
Well, drainer issues solved, I guess.
And for anyone who doesn't know, the Tempest is a rare steel. It's a 1 in 8, and that's the only thing he has. On top of the fact that Locke has a low chance of stealing from him because he doesn't have a sneaker equipped.
Yeah. You see Fathlo casting slow on number 128 there too, and that's to guarantee that you can kill him before he gets a chance to do Atomic Ray, which hurts quite badly.
And yeah, I got distracted and got Atomic Ray, but that's fine.
There's my first really big error there.
What happened?
I forgot to get Locke to run, so I got to fight at least one extra
At
fight.
least you didn't like forget to equip Maruin or
But
something.
I also ran out of Revivifies.
Well, Phoenix Downs.
Now I'll just take an even slower way. No worries.
Life spell.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, that wasn't the worst thing ever.
You're just giving other people a little bit of hope, even though you are so far ahead still.
Yeah, I mean, if Vic has a decent enough time at FF6, we could even have a sub 1230 here. I'd really like to see all 4 teams cut 13 though.
Yeah, all things considered, that's probably pretty minor, so it's fine.
I'm just put in chat the FF6 times that each team would need to get sub 13. Use that sync too with Fatlow and LCC. Simultaneous slots. And as soon as Magus gets the airship, we'll have some lap times for how the runners are doing at FF6. Just for the game.
Chat right now is really scaring me.
I'm shielded a little bit just because I'm using IRC, so it's not actually parsing the emotes, but I see what they're doing.
Oh, good. We're having a little more education on infants here. I'm glad. Every day is a new day of learning, you know, especially with Final Fantasy VI.
Well, Chrono Trigger gives us some education on like insta teenagers too.
No.
Oh, almost synced up Insta babies, but not quite. Ah. Insta baby. Drama. Woo! Insta baby 2.
Such baby, much drama.
With a vengeance.
So I don't think any of them actually used Phantom during the minecart either. I missed if any of them used Shoat. I missed if any of them summoned Shoat to kill number 128's arms.
I have to say I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because you can, if you kill the arms by petrifying them with Shoat, then you can guarantee that Sab and Zorable will hit the body. But there is a chance for it to miss.
For Shoat to miss.
Yeah. It's pretty unlikely for it to miss both of them though, but it can happen. If it even kills one of them, that makes a pretty significant difference. I mean, there's other strats like using flash to kill the arms twice, so that then you have to give Edgar 2 earring equivalents instead of running shoes, so you lose a little bit of time on the mag rotors.
Cutscenes and Chocobos. Yeah. This is good stuff.
Well, and I guess time to place bets on if there's going to be any Banquet soft locks.
I will bet all my points, okay? All of the points I have earned up to this point.
All your negative points.
Yeah, all of your
all my negative points.
all of your demerits.
Yeah, every single demerit. Oh, jeez, because if I lose this bet, I have no more demerits, guys. This is going to be the best day ever. Voting that it'll happen to someone. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really. I mean, there's kind of theories on what causes this glitch, but all of the known instances of it happening kind of are just whatever, as far as like who your party leader is, how many characters you have, and stuff like that. But it's quite rare, thankfully.
I've never had it happen to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Neither have I. And it looks like Bick is safe. Good job, Bick.
if you're getting this glitch, you basically see your party leader just fly off screen once you start talking to looks like Magus with the H-bomb on the cranes. So yeah, he has to kind of figure out how to try to recover to get Joker Doom. Then I mean, yeah, it depends on whether or not because another bad thing that can happen here is sets are getting killed by getting ganged up on by the cranes before you can actually get it off.
Usually if I mess up Joker Doom on the cranes, I just kill them normally. But
by using
blitzes,
Chocobop and blitzes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't really have a whole lot of HP, but it's a really dangerous fight though because of being a pincer. Okay, looks like you did it.
Oh, good.
Yep. So this part with the banquet, you want to get the best reward here, which is the what is it?
The one that halves battles or whatever.
Charm Bangle.
Charm Bangle. Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
The battle item.
The Charm Bangle reduces...
We can blame all of the emotes of a certain kind in chat right now.
Anyway, yeah, the Charm Bangle reduces the number of random encounters that you get.
Yeah, about 40%.
Yeah, it's not quite half. But...
Really?
Yeah, it's not quite half.
I'm disappointed.
But in order to do that, you get points for talking to the soldiers here, you get points for fighting them, and then you get points for the answers you give during the banquet. And there's more possible points than you actually need for the Charm Bangle, so you can skip a few things, like you can skip talking to one of the soldiers here, and you can skip asking one of the questions. And then if you do everything else right, then you'll get the Charm Bangle.
And if you do everything well, you'll have a little bit of time to spare because you do some free menuing too.
Mm-hmm. Menuing and arranging items is what I like to do.
And
That's so...
you can also steal from these commandos to get either tents or mithril vests, which you can sell for money later.
Okay, LCC barely escaped falling into the lava right there.
Yeah, if you get
close.
encounters on one of the disappearing tiles, sometimes you can get trolled by just not having control soon enough to be able to move off before it disappears.
But it can save time if that happens, because as soon as the battle ends, the bridge will change, so you don't have to wait for it. So.
Yeah, if you're on a step manipulation route and you fall in, then I think it's probably over at that point because of how many extra steps you have to take.
I want to point out, you might think that there's really no point in skipping talking to one of the soldiers here, since you have to wait for the timer to run out anyway. But it turns out that the timer is paused whenever you have a screen transition. And so if you go into all the rooms, it actually costs more real time because the timer keeps pausing every time you go into a new room. So it's just like frames that you save by skipping the last soldier. But Yeah.
And then you get more item rearrange time too by skipping that.
Yes, you do.
You know, for being called a banquet, there are not very many people there.
They also never actually eat anything too.
That's true, and there are more glasses than people.
They get more food on the Phantom train than here.
Gobble, snarf, snap.
Yeah, it's like Setsu's got 2 glasses over there, so does Sid. Saban has 2 plates. I mean, I just don't know who arranged this table. They did not do a very good job. Oh, wait. Oh no, it's Edgar who has 2 plates. Saban has an empty plate. Whatever. He'll use it for bread or something, I'm sure.
Maybe that's like a metaphor for how Edgar always got everything when they were growing up.
Probably.
Getting to be king. Yeah.
Symbolism.
I like the Emperor, though. Like, the glass is way far to his right, and the plate is way far to the left. Centerpiece is just messing him up, okay? Like, ugh.
He's a bunny anyway, so he just needs carrots. Although not the kind of carrots that got fed to Mylon, no. That was so incredible that Roth got those glitches in the wrist, though.
That was my first time seeing those glitches.
Yeah. Seeing them in English made it all the more silly too, because the first time I saw them was in the TAS, which was on the Japanese version.
Oh, so you didn't get to see TrashCan!
Nope. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Carrot!
Yeah. Well, they're called Gisal greens in the Japanese version, so it's not quite the same as carrot. But yeah, and then fighting these special forces you need to do to get points to get the charm bangle, along with just what you pick for all the dialogue options during the banquet too.
It's kind of interesting that this fight with the special forces actually has a timer. They ask if you want to fight for a couple minutes, and it's literally a couple.
Yeah.
What happens if time runs out, though?
I think it just ends immediately.
You don't get.
And you don't get the points.
Oh man, the points.
I'm guessing if you die, that probably happens too. That you just get ejected out and don't get the points.
Kind of like opera. If you die there,
Yeah.
don't really die.
So sadly, the next about 20 minutes or so of the run after the banquet is definitely the slowest paced part of the run. Because going to Thamasa to look for espers, but all you find there is lots of cutscenes. Although we do have one of our bonus incentives for FF6 during the burning house part of Thamasa. Basically going to be ranking them on how good they are at dodging the balloon battles in the burning house.
Tell you what, I'm terrible at that. I've tried. No, every single balloon gets me. It's like, hey, surprise.
Don't you like balloons? What do you have against them?
Well, you have to pop them all or run away from them.
It's not like Secret of Mana where you can get Mickey Mouse shaped balloons or whatever they are.
Wait, what? Oh,
yeah,
those are adorable.
The balloon spell can randomly give you Easter egg shaped balloons, basically.
Yeah, I like those balloons. Yeah.
You also gain back a little bit of time you lost from getting Shadow here too, just because you don't have to name him again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That'd be weird if you get to name him again.
Yeah.
You can rename him up to 4 times. He's like a pet. You can call him whatever you want.
Well, call him Coward the second and third times because he keeps leaving.
Oh yeah, I forgot there is the rename card.
Oh, yeah.
We could go get that.
Yeah, it's
Got time.
you just have to like fight a Cactuar, I think, in the Colosseum.
Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah, that's all. Okay.
Sounded like a toy version of the Phantom Train rolling through.
It's one of those little cars that the kids can sit in. There's a hole in the bottom of their feet, so they can walk around with their feet. They're like driving it around. And someone's really enjoying it.
So like bumper cars on a smaller scale. I'm sure they probably like to run into each other with them too. Yeah, Flintstone Mobile is a good one to put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if you hear kids, they're mine.
Oh man. Lots of destruction for airships. Why did the sky turn red though? Like which Esper did that?
See, any of them really like colorful? Now maybe Maduin did that because he like turns the screen red when you summon him.
Oh yeah. Probably him. Oh, Carrie, the game's glitching out. Or wait, is that what your kid said? Carrie?
I know one of them said they all blew up when she
Oh,
smoke
yeah.
bomb once.
Good to see Fathel actually making it past the airship crash.
Yes. Yeah, it sounds like his FF6 card is in need of some good cleaning if he's having like graphical glitches and crashes. Oh yeah, that could have been Crusader too. Crusader's bad news.
Okay. Oh, Vic is at the part where I thought Locke at this point had just gone crazy. I didn't understand that he was seasick. He just like running around trying to jump off the ship and then falls down. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're able to do a decent amount of like emoting in these games with small sprites by having characters like flexing or jumping around or doing really overly dramatic stuff to convey emotion, but some stuff they can't quite do though.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, it's like I understand it. I think I'm gonna be, sick. But I think I'm gonna jump off the ship and go swimming. I don't know. Yeah. It's amazing though what you can do with limitations, and they really push these games sort of to the extreme that you could at this point.
Alright, so we got some dual Banquet action on the Team Chocobros and Team TrashCan.
Ooh, exciting, exciting.
It's always kind of hard to find stuff to say during this part of the race, too, just because... Oh, Thamasa.
I wonder what the developers were thinking when they're like, oh, let's just have them randomly talk to NPCs, because they're not doing that at all in the game already.
Oh, I can talk about fun little facts too, like that bandana that Bick just sold comes from Setzer's starting equipment, but Setzer can't actually equip bandanas, so if you optimize, it'll actually change whatever he has to something he actually can equip. But anyway, okay, Thamasa is where you can buy rods for the first time, and actually the only time for the kind of rods they're going to be using. And kind of like in FF5, rods are a pretty good way to do a lot of damage at low levels. I mean, unlike in FF5, they only cast the level 2 elemental spell of their type instead of 3, and they're also more expensive. But they're kind of worse because they both ignore the target's magic defense stat and also do the highest possible damage variation too. So since during this part of the run here, they aren't able to control their party, so they can't bring Setzer. They have to use rods to fight the next couple required battles. And we're also coming up on our next incentive too, which is the burning house.
Oh man.
So you guys and gals could help me count the number of flame battles.
I am so bad at
Okay.
dodging them too. I may as well just run into all of them on purpose.
Yeah.
Probably save me time.
Yeah, I mean the flames do follow the same rules as like the enemies in the multi-party battles earlier on, but in that you have to be you won't trigger fights if you're both moving at the same time when they're adjacent, but unlike those fights, the flames movement is random instead of fixed patterns. So and the first half of the burning house especially, you don't really get a whole lot of space to dodge them. So I mean if you're gonna feel like doing it, you can kind of linger a little bit and see if you can get an opening to try to get past the flames, but it usually kind of ends up being a overall faster route to just go for it basically and just hope for good luck with dodging them in the first 2 rooms especially.
Yeah, mainly the first 2 rooms that are hard. After that, it's unless you get really unlucky, you can usually dodge pretty well.
Now I guess since we've got this part of the run too, FF6 runners, which bonus games are you backing?
Earthbound.
I'm doing Mystic Quest.
Yeah, Earthbound.
The other 2, whatever.
Yeah,
Yes. And we'll hear from them in a little bit.
yeah, I guess we'll see what Fatflow has to say in chat because he's not on the call.
I said in the chat too, Mystic Quests for me.
Yeah, so 2 Earthbounds and
Unless my mic is all super low again.
No, we got you.
Okay. Well, it's not like I have to run a Mystic Quest. I'm not the masochist.
I just love this logic with the house. They're like, the flames keep spreading, and everyone's like, oh, it's because of the flame rods in there. But it's like something known in the town that this guy hoards flame rods. He's like, whoa, I absolutely love flame rods. Holy cow. Like, it's just known. That's how he is.
Fire hazard. Fire department.
Oh, he dodged two. Okay.
Okay, nice. Very good first room there. Only getting one battle. I think the first room is the hardest of all of them too, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost had that one. So we're up to 2 now for Vic.
This is what I'm talking about. Yep.
It gets a lot easier after you get past the second room, though, just because you get more space to go around them. But sometimes they can be like the dwarf and get in the block the door. So I think we're up to 4 now.
This is like bats, right? I want the most.
These ones you want the least. Okay, nice dodge there. Okay, so looks like 6 total for Bic. Okay, Fathlo is going to support Mystic Quest.
Oh yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Someone want to explain the strat for Flame Eater?
Okay, because of the level that Terra's at, she is able to deal enough damage with the rod. The damage is based... Exactly what is it? Is it magic power?
Magic power, yeah, plus a
Okay.
plus a power level for the spell too.
And it always does the maximum damage because it's a rod. Breaking rods is extremely overpowered. Not like FF5 overpowered, but still. It deals a lot of damage. When Terra is in her Esper form, she gets a pretty big bonus to both attack and magic. To
It's
pretty
double,
much
isn't it?
everything.
Yeah, her magic attack and defense get doubled when she's morphed.
Yeah, and also when they did the leveling with her back in the sealed cave, she had Mad One equipped, so she got a +2 to her magic every time she gained a level.
Or +1 actually. It's
Or +1, sorry. She got a +1, so she gained about 10 levels, 9 or 10 levels. So and then you equip the Magus Helm on her, and a white dress, and a flame saber, all of which also increase magic power. So
Yeah,
she's
so
pretty
that's-
strong, right?
So she's able to do 99 at level 20 basically, and you're probably expected to be in the 30s by this point. And then also I don't think it's like super commonly known that the way that you gain time to spend morphed is based on gaining magic points from winning battles. So that was another perk of doing that leveling in the sealed cave.
Now, depending on how long you stay in Esper can also affect whether or not you retain being able to do that in one of the upcoming battles. And I believe Bic got it, that he'll be able to be an Esper in the Ultros fight.
Yeah, because you want to use during Flame Eater's death animation, you want to be using the wait trick and going into one of the sub menus so that your Terra's morph gauge is paused during that. And then one subtle thing he did too was, but when you use a rod by default, it targets all enemies. But if he'd have just done that, it wouldn't have actually done enough damage to kill Flame Eater. So he changed it to be single targeting, because doing multi-target would have halved the damage. Another thing to point out about the route too is they get a bunch of, right before this they got a bunch of relics dumped on them that let them control random battles. The charm bangle, which as we said cuts the encounter rate, the gale hairpin and the back guard, both in the chests and vector, which give you increased preemptive rate and protection from back and pincer attacks respectively. And if you like, I forget if they were using both of those in this route or not, but for the kind of remainder of the game, if they just have characters with extra relic slots they don't otherwise need, they'll put like Gale Hairpin and back guard on too, just to let you get out of random battles faster.
Now, I just want to, for those who are unfamiliar with the game, it looks like Bic with Ultros Boogie is currently in the lead by a fairly good amount. LCC is behind with Team TrashCan, and right behind LCC is Chocobros, Fatlo, and El Magus has a little time to make up. Honestly, it can all change. I mean, there are some really, really difficult battles coming up in a while. That requires
final battle.
Yeah.
That can really change things.
We've seen races completely change on the final battle.
Yeah, like the last relay, in fact, where LCC's team went from like first place to third or fourth or something like that, just because of getting the absolute worst possible luck on tier 3.
Yeah, I was in like last or something because I messed up the banquet and had to redo it so I could get the charm bangle. And so I was way behind, but then I ended up coming in second just because everyone was
because you had the best possible Kefka battle before.
Yeah,
I know.
perfect.
My theory was that it was the game responding to opera performances. Yeah, this is a any percent run, although it bans memory corruption, but beyond that, they're just trying to beat the game as fast as possible. So they're doing very, very little stuff in the world of Ruin between getting the airship and then going to Kefka's tower. So there's so many things that can go wrong in the final dungeon and final battles. Especially if LCC does what his heart is telling him to and goes Sabinless.
Oh, come on. I'm excited.
Man, Steel Luck is not with me today. I missed White Cape too.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, White Cape's an accessory that protects against, I believe, Imp and Mute, and then it also increases your magic evasion by 10.
That's the more important thing.
Yeah, and you can equip 2 of them too. You can have like a double cape somehow.
Double cape. Ooh.
Just layer them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, when we say Sabinless, that's basically just a massively risky end-game route where you're going into Kefka's tower with only 5 characters and using strats that only work if you get either good or perfect luck on the final battles, and if you don't, then you die most likely. But doing that is how LCC got his current record at this category. the current Japanese glitchless record, which is the most competitive category in their community, did something similar to with a 5-character World of Ruin route.
It's now time for the best part of the speedrun.
Yep, about 8 minutes of unskippable.
Oh boy.
This is where we place bets on how many times Red Ifrit is going to hit Kefka and stuff like that. And one idea I had for a bonus incentive is during this part to have the runners try to entertain the commentators with funny stories and stuff, but didn't really
entertain us.
Yes, wasn't really a hit, so we opted for other stuff instead.
Probably a good choice.
I could have my girls come in and narrate.
Yeah.
Except I think they're eating dinner right now.
Yeah. Well, them narrating the story of a half-minute hero was pretty special.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's one thing that's been a hard habit to break in doing speedruns of games like this is, yes, it is okay to use elixirs and other rare healing items and stuff.
And casual play, I never use items.
Yep,
Yeah.
same here.
I don't know. I mostly got over that.
I also open every chest and then save every chance that I have to.
Yeah.
So starting to speedrun RPGs was a pretty big culture shock.
I mean, walk from a cave to a town 5 steps. Better save again.
Oh, Lubot's.
Yeah, the wrong one's on loop because it was down when we switched games.
Oh, Moobot.
Yeah,
Oh, Moobot.
Let me try to.
Those
fix
people are
that.
pretty cool too, though.
Yeah, check them out too.
Yeah, I mean I'll spam all 3 game runners at the end, but we want to make sure FF6 runners are getting their appropriate amount of spam. There we go.
Oh, poor Leo. That's okay. Leo is Go-Go, so they even end in the same letter. So there we go. Everyone's Go-Go. It's fine. He just goes away, Carrie. He just goes away. Leo just goes away.
Kefka just took him away. But then when they ask, when will we get him back?
When you use
Dinner is served.
the airship glitch.
My dinner is here, apparently.
Well, it's a perfect time of the race to eat, I guess. Thamasa.
Burning houses, murder, just a great time for food.
My plate is burning me. It's hot.
Ooh.
It's like the house. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta watch the flames.
Yeah, for LCC and FAFO now. So Vic got 6 flame battles.
We'll see how it goes. Don't want to get flame lamed.
Yeah.
I'm skipping the rods though.
Ooh.
No one wants the rods.
Why stop there? Why don't you should skip Sabin too.
That flame right at the beginning was playing hard. It was like, hey.
Alright, so 1. I'll need some help with this too, just because they're going to be in at the same time. Well, LCC is skipping rod, so let's see, 2. Three, got all 3 of them in the first room.
It's a hard room, though.
Yeah. Four.
Okay, there's one for Fathlo. And 2 for Fathlo.
Okay, I'm up to 5 for LCC. 6.
Oh my god. Am I not going to be last? We'll see.
Okay, 3.
7 for LCC.
Oh man.
Whoa! Okay, 4. Those were some pro dodges, though. Wow.
I think he literally got all of them in the first 2 rooms, because I think there's 3 and then 4. Oh, and then he got sniped in the back in the last room, too. So he had 8, by my counting.
4. 4
So
for
just,
Fathlo.
Just 4 for Fathlo?
Yeah, that was really good.
Alright, so Magus is going to need to get 3 or less in order to bring home the glory for Team Wyverns. Jesus, that's those synced Flame Eater kills too.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, Fathlo actually made up quite a bit of time. You can see that they're almost right next to each other.
Yeah, I mean it is a little kind of affected by Fathlo having some delays getting his stream going, but makes it more exciting though.
Yes.
I haven't been tracking game changes at all, so we're just gonna add up the times for each individual run to get the final time for each team. Oh, chat's asking why people choose to or not to get the rods. I mean, is it based on just like your money situation, as far as like how many misses you had between like the rune edge and stuff?
Yeah, if you can afford 8 thunder rods, 5 ice rods, and 1 fire rod, you can just skip them. I knew I'd have enough because I got a Tempest out of it, so, you know.
Oh my
like-
god. I thought I was going to get all 3 first.
Oh.
The tease.
Oh!
Oh man.
Oh, Kefka blocking the last one.
I can't remember
Jerk.
the last time I got all 3 hit.
I've never gotten it or seen it.
Yeah. I had my first triple news sighting in Chrono Trigger the other day, but I wasn't streaming or recording, sadly. That means 3 1 out of 8 chances in a row. Oh yeah, some people refer to Red Ifrit as Bill.
Huh.
I forget who started that exactly, but I know I've heard that before.
Bill, 2 out of 3 for Bill ain't bad. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I like Villagen's quotes there. Kutan is a very conflicted individual. Alright, it's house time for Magus.
Okay, great. 3 or fewer. We're looking for 3.
Not gonna happen. It's alright.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen a house that good. I mean, just getting through the first 2 rooms with like 4 or less is really good.
As long as it's fewer than 8, you'll be fine. Bick is almost done with cutscenes.
Almost. I get a nice tease, and then I get more.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there's one.
Two.
I like how they're not even giving me a chance.
They were blocking you. They're like, we know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it's like, come on, we want Mystic Quest, so we're gonna get in your way. Alright, so all 3 in the first room.
Yep, we're up to 3. Okay, there's 4. He dodged one.
That's one.
5.
5, yeah. Ooh, that snipe.
Oh, yeah.
6.
6.
And 7.
7. You can still beat LCC. You can do this.
Alright,
There we
7.
go. 7. Yeah. All right, so I believe it was Fathlo with 4 battles, Bick with 6, Elmagus with 7, and LCC with 8. At least it's a pretty easy order there.
Yeah, so that means Mystic Quest scored big from this one.
Oh, that's fine. All right, now Bick is going up through the crazy air fortress. Luckily, Terra is a high enough level that she should be able to survive any of these attacks. We saw Absolute Zero right there, but everyone actually lived.
Yeah, I mean it's you have to get trolled really hard to actually die here if you're being pretty safe with healing between battles, at least healing Terra. Because yeah, you'd have to get Absolute Zero and both tech lasers on her, or like getting propellered in the back instead of Absolute Zero or something. But yeah, I mean because of that leveling they did in the sealed cave, they can win these fights pretty easily with Ramu. But other characters especially Sabin getting killed is a bit of a problem, just because you want to get a lot of magic points from these battles towards Sabin learning Doom, which is a pretty expensive spell. It takes 50 magic points total. Most of those are going to come from bosses, but you do need a decent number from these fights too. And if you miss too many, that means you have to grind a little more in the World of Ruin.
Now, the boss coming up is a little bit harder. You saw Joker Doom earlier, but they have to do something called Reverse Joker Doom, the setup is a little bit harder, because they're at any time in the game, if you get 7/7 bar, then the game's like, hey, kill all of your people. Yay, fun times. If you confuse the person who got 7/7 bar, the programmers were like, oh, if we confuse them, no, it's still got to get them. So it'll still hit your party. But if you confuse and then cure them of confuse, the programmers didn't think to fix what happens when you get cured of that. And so by curing them, it actually flips the targets over to the enemies again. Bleh, insta-death.
Yep, and that works on any battle, including the couple that regular Joker Doom doesn't. Okay. We're not going to listen to the ending theme here. Let me shift the playlist a bit.
So the scary thing about this, though, is that you have to hit every single one individually. You have to make sure that you can actually cure them of confuse. Depending on how you're doing that, like if you punch them, there's a chance that they could evade it. There are several things that can go wrong with this.
And also there's a chance that confuse will miss, unless you cast Vanish on them first.
Yeah, because that gives you 0 magic evasion, so then Muddle will always hit.
It's kind of the same thing as Vanish Doom, but you can use Vanish Muddle to make sure it hits.
Alright, let's see how Bick does. This is definitely the most kind of challenging execution-based part of the no sketch run.
So I'm summoning Phantom first to get Vanish. You could try to do it without doing Vanish first, but that's a lot riskier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a lot riskier. I mean, the odds of it missing aren't really that high, but it's high enough that it would be something to worry about.
And it was first try.
Nice, very good.
That was great.
Maybe it's like roughly 10%, I think, is the odds of Muddle missing if you don't have Vanish here. And if that happens, then you die because you Joker Doom yourself.
Hmm. And the other tricky thing about the reverse Joker Doom is that when you're inputting the 7/7 bar, you have to get it all input before Muddle finish. Well, before Setzer actually gets muddled. So yeah, there's kind of a time limit on it too.
Yeah, I mean, especially for this fight with Ultros, because you only have 3 characters. When you're doing it later in the final battle, depending on how your turn order lines up, you might be able to have unlimited time for it because of the wait trick, basically. But here you just got to do it.
That's easier.
By the way, one thing we didn't mention with Leo, he's using attack instead of Leo's super awesome spell that I don't even remember. Shocker?
Shock.
I don't know. We never use it. Just attacking is faster. But Shock
Yeah.
looks so cool.
Shocked, its animation is too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Fathlo did it. Hey,
Yeah, shock.
hero of the people.
I think if you like just use shock once, it's kind of the same. It's not. It doesn't. It's like only. I don't know. But the a trick they did actually to save a few seconds here too. Actually, was when Bannon was in their party, they front rowed him because Leo has the same guest character slot as Bannon. Leo will start in the front row, and you wouldn't have to open the menu to move him if you're just using the attack strat on Kafka.
Which is good because his menu sprite is hideous. Have you ever seen Leo's menu sprite? It's so bad. It's really, really creepy. Let me see if I can find this.
Well, it's not as good as Gestel's portrait in the mobile phone version, though.
So, Big Hair just fought some ninjas.
Mmm.
The ninjas in this game, you can't run away from them. And they're really nasty. But because we did the leveling with Terra earlier, she'll be able to survive 2 of their attacks. And she's strong enough that she can just take them out with a single Thunder Rod. So ninjas aren't as scary as they used to be in like previous routes for this game.
Yeah, but if you aren't like at full health, and which costs time, but like if you're getting hit on regular battles, if you kind of opt to not open the menu to heal, you might die to ninjas. Though both of them get schemes off.
Yeah, they still are kind of dangerous.
And also ninjas have their water skiing can mess with the RNG for slots too. So it's only kind of really safe to do it if you get a preemptive. There's some kind of weirdness with the floating continent too, as far as how the encounter manipulation works too. Which basically means you can't manipulate the specific types of monsters you get here. But if you're doing that, you can reset when you start the World of Ruin to get back on track, basically.
Oh wow, bro, Sencha. I just looked at that Leo that you posted.
Isn't it
Wow.
hideous?
I remember one of our sisters, she used to have a crush on Leo. She's like, oh, I love Leo, until she saw his menu portrait. He's so ugly!
She's never talked about him since.
Now it's all Steven!
All right, one of the I don't know, I think Adma Weapon is one of the hardest bosses in the game, if not the hardest, just because of not having access to stuff like Ultima or third level magic by this point. But fortunately, he's not immune to Joker Doom.
Fathlo only got 1 out of 3. Poor Bill. Just stating the facts here.
Wait, LCC got all 3?
LCC got all 3, yeah.
Yeah. That is one unfortunate thing about using glitches in the run is that all of the fights that have that fierce battle theme are really, really short. So after this cutscene that Vic is on is the floating continent escape, and all of the battles that you get are inescapable. And then there's actually 2 that are always triggered on specific tiles, but then the rest are just going to follow the same rules as the rest of the game. So that one nice thing about leveling up Terra too is that with Madu and equipped and then for the IAF and the floating continent, she learns Bolt 2, which can one-shot the naughties. Then Nirapa, which is the mini boss at the end. What they're going to try to do is go for a quick kill where they use a Thunder Rod before Nirapa's first turn. And if they do that, it saves a good 20 plus seconds, I think, because of skipping it using Condemned on all of your characters. But that's just pure luck, basically, if you get it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to remember to track the time that all 4 of them jump off to and see how they're doing relative to each other in this game.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you're keeping track of that. I know that LCC and Fathlo and Elmagus have made up a little time on Bic. I don't know. There's a chance for a comeback.
Well, even everything else aside, dying at Tekefka or something is probably all that needs to happen if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's already 4 or 5 minutes or something. But short of that, yeah, who knows?
Well, time has shown that
Yeah.
the lead can swing at the last minute, depending on Murton luck.
Yep, we never know.
Yeah, no kidding.
So how do you want to do the fish timing?
I'll need some help with that. But I think the rules I set were you start timing when you gain control of Celis and go into the menu to equip the sprint shoes, and then end when the I feel better text box appears. So we're doing a fishing race basically for who can cure Sid the fastest after they jump.
Wait, we're curing Sid? Aw. I never liked Sid. I just don't.
Such a nice guy you are.
No.
So do we want to assign one person to each, or that way we can keep track of it, or Vic's far enough ahead that we can time him individually.
But yeah.
Elmagus, you're the hero of the people. Kill Sid. Maybe. He saved Kieran. Hey, that's all I'm at. Well, I won't push him any further. He saved Kieran. That's all I need.
So I think this is the first forest naughty battle here. Main thing you don't want to have happen here is Terra getting frozen by the cold dust there. There's a couple. I mean, if that happens, you need to hit her with a fire attack or spell, like either Flame Saber, Fire Knuckle, or cast the fire spell.
I love that they try muting her, and it's like, well, sorry. Too bad. You're dead. It's not going to help. Well, okay, that
So much rafts with the period at the end too. They're talking about a glitch in Lufia 2 where you can just cause the game to end basically after talking to NPCs and doing some memory corruption, and the last word you see before the game ends is rafts.
Oh.
It's almost like we're getting raided. Rats.
Yeah. Bick didn't get the quick kill, but like we said, that's all luck based on when Terra gets her turn.
Yeah, that ATB was real bad. I was actually surprised she didn't do it before I even got to the menu. Wait for Shadow? Nah.
And then, Narappa does have auto reflect too, and rods ignore reflect. I'm sure many people found out the hard way trying to cast spells on it too.
That screenshot. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Shadow, goodbye. You were at least better than Sid. He was better than Sid. And you're like, let's save Sid but kill Shadow? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Alright. If there's one thing that's worse than my dodging, it's the fishing. Let's do this.
Oh, I missed your jump time too.
Oh.
To on that day message then, which would have been about 3:59:35, let's say.
I think Nerm just messaged.
Oh, 3:58 flat. Okay, good. That's one.
I think on one of my last PBs, I got no fish on the shore 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, so saving Sid by feeding him the right kind of fish saves a couple minutes over letting him die just because you skip a fairly long cutscene. And unless you're doing some pretty difficult manipulation, which I'm sure LCC is going to go for, and maybe Magus too. Well, actually, I think he said he's not trying to do it this run. Unless you can do that manipulation, this is a pretty annoyingly random part of the run, just because you need to get either the fast-moving fish or the medium-speed one that start on the left side of the shore, I believe. I've mostly been doing Chrono Trigger lately, so it's been a while. And if you get perfect luck or manipulate it, you can cure Sid in as few as 4 visits to the shore, but it can take like don't know, an average I would say is like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I can explain a little more about the fish too, if you want.
Please.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, yeah, there are 4 kinds of fish. And there's one, the best one moves fast, and the worst one moves slow. And then the other 2 kinds move the same speed, medium speed. But you can always tell, well, one of them is good and one is bad for the medium speed. But you can always tell which one you want because each type of fish always spawns in the same place as soon as you enter the screen. And so the good medium speed fish that you want spawns in the lower left corner of the water. So if you're watching for that, you can always tell which ones are good and which ones are bad.
Good job. They also stay in your inventory as key items for some reason. It's like, yeah, I cooked it. I guess I kept part of the fish, though.
And then also for Sid, saving him or him dying depends on his HP. He has like a hidden HP counter. And I can't remember what it starts out at.
128, I believe.
Starts at 128. And then
120.
120?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so for each second that passes, he loses 1 HP, I think it is. So the longer you take, the more HP he will lose. And then each type of fish either gives him more HP or else.
Yeah, I want to say it's 32 for a fast fish, and I think 8 for a good medium speed. And if he goes over, it's I forget if it's 254 or 256, then he's cured, and if he reaches 0, he dies. Do you want to explain the kind of little trick as far as how you respawn the fish without talking to him too?
Oh yeah, if there aren't good fish there, you can just run to Sid before he gets into bed, push A, and then run back out. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, all you have to do is you're supposed to talk to him to make the fish change. But while he's walking around, if you just go up to him and push A, it counts as talking to him, even though he doesn't actually say anything. So it used to be when I was first running this game, I'd wait for him to get in bed first and then talk to him to change the fish. But then we found out you didn't actually have to do that. So that saves a bit of time.
I love that his second to last message sounds like he's getting sick again.
Like, I'm not going to be around much longer.
Yeah.
It's almost like when they translated it, they like put the text boxes in the wrong order.
Yeah, I wonder if that's
It's very possible.
He has
It's like
one
doo-doo,
text box that hardly anyone sees because he only says it if his HP is, I think, like a 10 or lower. So basically, you have to be in the room, and then his HP has to get down to that while you're in the room. And the last thing he says is goodbye.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, looks like about 238 for Vic on fishing.
Sadly,
Actually, looks like due to LCC's ninja luck, Fathlo has actually pulled ahead of him.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Sadly, if you do the sketch glitch, you cannot kill Sid, even if you go there and wait a long time. Sid becomes immortal. Oh, but you can have some random person go and ride the raft all by themselves. Whee! The raft usually disappears when they walk across the water, though.
Yeah, like if you have Sabin do it or somebody.
But then you're in trouble because your airship is left on that island.
Yeah, you can't
You
really
can't
do
just
much
take
at
the
that
raft
point.
back.
Yeah. Raft is a one-way trip.
the top 2 screens, we're watching the Emperor become Go-Go.
Alright, so now we see that Vic is not doing Sabinless. You're gonna go get Sabin, not at your first chance to do so, which means you do have encounters in the house because you haven't gotten the Moogle charm yet, but you gain a lot of that time back from having a faster and safer tentacles fight, and then also just another character with good speed for using smoke bombs. This is really scary, by the way, too. Just because if you get, you don't have accessory slots with just one character to equip the back guard. So if you get back attacked by those scorpions, you're probably going to die, unless you like summon Phantom before coming in.
Yeah, this section here with Celis alone is a little bit scary.
I think MV once had 2 runs in a row die to back attack scorpions.
Oh, yeah. Oh. You're saying no one will do Sabinless, but we're watching, Nirm. We're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I like PM Stalkers too. That's the way they fit Night Stalker into the character limit for the English version.
That's what it is?
Yep.
Oh my gosh! I never knew that.
Maybe it's more of an afternoon Stalker, maybe.
Well, that sucks.
When's the last time you saved?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, well that's too bad.
That's fine. Terra attacked before 7 models. That was quite unfortunate. I didn't account for the cutscene to reset the ATB, basically. So model didn't have to wait time.
Nothing to do but go again and get revenge.
Yeah, the timing on that Ultros battle is kind of weird because you start with like a preemptive. So whenever you have a preemptive, when you give your characters an action, they will act immediately instead of there being just a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's actually true for any boss battle where there's like dialogue at the start before the fight actually starts too. There's no RNG as far as the turn order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you don't remember that, and you kind of need that pause time when you're inputting the reverse Joker Doom, and so that can mess you up there. I've had that happen to me before.
Chocobo, bottom right. Sadly, I think that's the last time we see a Chocobo for him.
Well, you can take one to the Cave of Figaro too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like really short Chocobo trip.
I know LCC doesn't do it in his step route just because he wants to get some steps in the overworld to, I guess, dodge a more dangerous battle in the cave. Alright, let's see if LCC gets a quick kill. And he did, nice. About 20 seconds or so, I think it seems.
Good job, good job.
Alright,
Even,
so
I mean, RNG based.
So it looks
but
like
yeah, good job.
like 352, 36 or 7 or so for LCC's jump.
Pablo, does your Setzer not know fire?
Oh, he's not on the call because he had mic issues.
Oh, I see. I thought he was just muted.
Yeah, all of these battles are inescapable. I mean, I guess if you sold the Fire Knuckle and Terra has the Flame Saber, then yeah, if you're having that many issues, it's probably faster to just Orbolt it. Maybe go for some Chocobop swag too. There we go. No quick kill for Fathlo, but should still get under 4-hour jump. That's a pretty solid time for World of Balance too, is under 4 hours. Okay, so 3:58:28, let's call that. Oh, he's saying he forgot to equip Siren during IAF, which is why Setzer didn't have fire, which is a backup basically if Terra gets frozen.
Yeah, it's amazing. You watch these runs; they do a lot of menuing. Until you see a mistake like that, though, it's hard to really notice exactly everything that's going on because there are all these little things that each runner has to put together in order to have backups, in order to be safe. So, one little thing like that can cost a good amount of time.
Alright, so LCC is going to almost certainly be going for what we call pro bass fishing, which is we're doing RNG manipulation to try to get the perfect fish. Basically, getting four patterns where you've got both a fast and a good medium speed fish back to back. And that's it. That will, if he gets that, it'll be about probably over a minute saved over like the time. It got you do, because of the kind of the variation with the RNG and with the encounters in the floating continent, he does have to save and reset in order to reseed it. So if he goes for it and then doesn't get it, it costs a bit more time than just going for it and hoping for good luck.
I think I already screwed it up.
Yeah, there's some nuances with how he moves too, just because the movement of the fish and the seagull on the shore are advancing the RNG value. So he has to be only on the shore screen for very kind of specific lengths of time to keep the manipulation going. Okay, so yeah, he got off and got a bad cycle there.
Aw. That's okay. Semi-pro bass fishing.
Semi-pro. Is that like amateur?
Yeah, amateur bass
That's what I
fishing.
do.
Okay, so we'll call that 150 for LCC. So that was only one extra cycle then? It took 5 trips?
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, I managed to get the one I failed was no fish at all, so I managed to do it quickly enough that I could still do basically a 4 cycle, but with 5 cycles. Because I got 2 good fish at the end. He was probably like 1 off from not living, pretty much, because that's really hard to do. Usually, if you fail it, you get a 6 cycle at least.
Yeah, Bix on the tentacles, but we'll talk more about those when the next runners get there. All about the RPG good taste right now.
Just sitting here hoping Sid dies sometime. El Magus could still do it for the people.
So here for the tentacle fight that Vic is doing, one easy thing to do is to equip running shoes, so you have auto haste, and then the tentacles can't seize you. Unfortunately, you can't equip Edgar before this battle, but you can at least equip Sabin and Celis and put running shoes on them.
Yeah, well, you can't in this version at least.
Can you in other versions?
You can in the Japanese version.
Oh!
Yeah, I actually do that in my PB, so Edgar can't get grabbed.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a glitch, basically, that lets you equip stuff that you shouldn't be able to, and you can use it to actually have control over Edgar's equipment.
Yeah, because what all the game does here is it optimizes equips Edgar before the battle.
But there is a glitch with that too, where sometimes it glitches out and thinks that his body is an arm slot, so you can end up with like a flame saber is the most common thing on his body slot.
Yeah, that happened at SGDQ.
Yes, and we were both too tired to catch it too.
Yeah, flame saber armor.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a really good floating continent for El Magus. Like all those preemptives, bam. I think I'm turning into generic cooking TV right now.
Okay, so yeah, looks like 239 fish for Fothlo, so 2 seconds behind Vic. Those are all just kind of average times, basically, if we're not trying to manipulate it. Something kind of roughly 2.5 minutes. This is kind of a decent time.
Oh man, don't worry. We still have some fishing coming up in a little bit.
I like seeing all these fish emotes.
Say, you want to go get you want to get a hook and you know maybe tie a fly, and if you get some really good bait, I think worms. I go digging right about 11:55 p.m. You know, are really nice juicy worms just right under the surface there, and you put one of them on a hook, you catch a fish. You catch like 5 fish with just one worm if you're really good, you know.
You really going out in a line there? That's definitely going in the highlight reel.
Move over Jenya salvaging his run when he almost died to the blows. We got real fish talk.
Chat's reaction.
Yeah.
That's how like half the people here talk, though. Come on.
Yeah, Magus raises a good point. I mean, remember, this isn't over until it's over.
Okay, yay.
Things can and will go wrong in Kefka's Tower in the final battles. Oh, and then there's, one of you want to explain the special thing you need to pay attention to when you're shopping in IKEA? Ooh, we got a volunteer there.
What do you, like the little kid running in front of you, blocking you every step?
No, you want to pay attention to the last digit of your GP.
Oh yeah.
Because the boss, which boss?
Dullahan.
Dullahan. My brain is so fried. No, Dullahan, his first attack that he always does is level question mark pearl. And the question mark is basically the last digit of your GP. So, the shopping that you do before this is back in Nikia. So when you're selling and buying stuff, you want to look at your GP and make sure that the last digit is, that your levels aren't a multiple of that.
Yeah, because in this route you should generally be level 14 at this point, so like you want to avoid numbers like 1, 2, and 7.
It kind of varies though, depending on how many ninjas you got.
Yeah.
Floating continent. I mean, the safest to do is 0, of course, because then you know it won't get you. But
yeah, it kind of does surprise me though that knowing this game that the game doesn't try to divide by 0 and then freeze if you're in one's digit is 0 there.
But the easiest way to manipulate your GP is by selling items that sell for just 1. So there's like the Tintina bar, Genji glove. I think what else there is. A lot of relics are like that. And then,
yeah, you can sell a Dirk, but it's like 75, I think, too, if
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Oops. Clearly I didn't pay enough attention to mine.
Oh no.
No.
Where was your last save? Oh, right before it. Well, that's.
There's no way.
This could get interesting.
I mean, unless you can. Well, I mean, you could kill monsters to get money, or leave. And I mean, it would be a pretty long trip if you left.
Yeah. Yep, this is it. Everybody waited for it.
Oh.
The joke is here. The joke is real. We love you, though.
Alright, we'll try one more
I
time.
believe there's a picture that accompanies that too.
Indeed. Let's see here.
Yeah, I guess you could also kill monsters to level up too. Although, yeah, it gets a little interesting if you do try to do this because.
That'll work too.
Okay. Yeah.
People are alive.
Yeah. Wow. That. That was pretty impressive. Not to say because using Phoenix Downs and potions affects the slots RNG, so you need to know what you're doing if you want to try to revive characters and then use Joker Doom.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to do some epic grinding in Miranda, but aside from that,
We get the sets or slide. That's the one thing that
We
matters
did it.
now.
I don't think he will because he died, but
Oh.
that's very apt timing by Mubat too. If you enjoyed watching that, definitely follow Vic. There was plenty more where that came from, along with all of the other runners and commentators too.
there's one thing I do to provide entertainment. Oh my goodness.
Was there any equivalent moment in 4? Because we had that on 5 with Biblos. Somebody that like almost died and then salvaged it at the end. It feels like it was a long time ago. Oh wait, it was.
We still remember to cast float, though. That's the main thing. We'll always remember that, Carrie. You know this. You just know
I
this.
never forget float again.
Yeah, there you go. Kata did like 16 fiends.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Ah.
All right, fish time. What is El Magus going to do? I'm curious.
You think he's gonna
Kill
let
Sid. Yes, please. You don't have to, but as a favor to me, I'll give you all my points.
A favor to getting sub 13 though. We want all 4 teams to get sub 13. Only one team has actually done that so far in the long 1 year history of the Final Fantasy Relay.
Such a long history.
Storied.
Or Sid can die, that's all, you know. By the way, I will give you a disclaimer, El Magus, my points are negative. I will give them to you if Sid dies, but they're not beneficial in any way.
Yeah, there's Kobahi going for the doll, and then it's splitting up again. Oh, it's 404.49. Okay, I was decent in my guess then.
Okay, good. TrashCan own that jump.
No, all you get for saving Sid is just you get out of here faster. Like in casual play, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I actually like killing Sid in casual play.
You see?
Guys? Much more dramatic cutscene.
It has the best music.
Yeah. And you find out about how you get perked up by making a leap of faith, too.
Cactron!
Ooh.
Suplex the Cactron.
Yes, I approve.
You see, you go down here to the beaches of Solitary Island. You take a look off the shores. The mighty bass swim around. Water crystal clear. Almost like a sheet of glass, waving back and forth.
Horn
You
pouch
go.
just away.
Yeah. Alright, so Fathlow's on the tentacles now. Like we said earlier, if you equip running shoes on Celis and Sabin are the only two characters you actually can equip. Before fighting them, they can't be grabbed, because when they use C's on a character, it gives them slow, and then if they do it again, it grabs them. But if you're immune to slow, then